Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. Hashtag Zia here. I wanted to bring you a quick video of my 2015 BMW F800GT. Do a quick ride video right now and talk about the bike, review the bike real quick, what I think of it. I've had it for 3-4 months now and I've put about 1,500 miles on it, so I've already done a walk around video, but just to give you a quick view of the previous owner had a Leo Vince pipe on there, so it sounds much better than stock, thankfully, because the stock bike sounds really horrible. I have put the carbon fiber wrap on there to hide the scuff marks because those plastic pieces scuff up real easy. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. I haven't done anything else to it, and we're gonna go for a quick ride and I'll talk to you about what this bike, what I like about the bike, and what I hope they improve in the new upcoming 2020 model. So without further ado, let's go for a ride. Purchased this bike with 4,500 miles on it, and I got it used, and I think because this bike is such a niche bike, it's kind of like a love it or hate it bike. So the dealership that sold the bike to me, it was Wow Motorcycles, and they dropped the price. I'm pretty sure they dropped the price at least once or twice, and from what I remember, they had it for a few months and I kept my eye on it, and I purchased it for about 64 or 6,200 bucks. Brand new, almost brand new, I would say. 4,500 miles is nothing. It came with the side panniers, which are about $1,000. It had a top case too, but I sold that. I'm not into, riding with a top case on. I don't like the look, and B, I just don't like top cases. The bike I really like. I've always liked the F800 GT. I've always liked the shape. It's not too loud in the shape department, but it looks good enough. It's kind of like an Audi. They do really reserve lines and shape, but it's still sporty looking enough that it's not too loud. So I like that. I really like the single side swing arm. Brand new bikes, I think, went for like 12 grand. I think that was base. You add some accessories and whatnot, and it'll turn out to be 15,000. I thought that was way too much for this bike. Even if it was a BMW or whatever, I just thought it was a little too much. So if you find a used one, go for it, because I think the prices are, prices drop decently for a used one. I mean, I've seen them on Cycle Trader, same model with similar mileage, for about 8,000, 8,500. So I think it's definitely worth used, but not worth brand new. But I mean, they don't even make it anymore, so they stopped making them. I think 2018 was the last year, and they don't have those. They don't have these bikes for sale anymore. They're discontinued here. I think they're selling the last bit of bikes, the last bit of the batch in Europe and other countries, and they are scheduled to come out with an all-new model next year, I believe, and I'm hoping that's going to be amazing, because they haven't changed the shape, and they haven't pretty much changed the basic formula on this bike since, God, I have no idea, since maybe 8 years. This bike used to be called an F800 ST, and when they revised it slightly, they changed the name from ST to GT. So, and then I think towards the last year or two of production here, of selling here in the US, it had ride-by-wire throttle, if I'm not mistaken. So this particular bike has the semi-electronic suspension down here, and I think it's the rebound, or is it the dampening? I can't remember. You can change it to 3 different. It's sport, comfort, and what is it? Normal. And you'll see a lot of these professional reviewers from Cycle World, or other cycle and motorcycle magazines say that, hey, save the money. It's you don't even feel the difference between the modes, and get the regular suspension. I'll tell you what, in my case, I didn't have a choice because I bought a used bike and it came with it, but I'm glad it did, because I'm not a professional, I'm not an expert, but when I change this from sport to comfort and go over the same bumps, I'll tell you, I can feel the difference, albeit it is not a whole lot, but it is definitely enough that you feel it 100% certain you feel it. So it does make a little bit of difference, and I'm happy with that. I'm glad it has it. Is it worth it when you're buying it new? I don't know, but if you buy a used bike and it comes with it, great. It doesn't harm you, it doesn't hurt, so I like that. The riding position is extremely comfortable. The seat is extremely comfortable. This is a standard seat. I don't even have a comfort seat on it, and it is so squishy, so soft, that I have had no issues. I've been on a motorcycle I wouldn't say all day, but I've been on a motorcycle maybe 4 or 5 hours without any soreness in my buttocks, no soreness. So kudos to BMW for making a comfortable seat, and the riding position is so neutral. When you look at the bike, you probably think that, hey, this is it looks aggressive, it looks like a sports bike, but when you sit on it, you're like, wow, this is a really comfortable position. The handlebars are not like those sports bike clip-ons, they're raised up, they're if you can see, they're pretty neutral, and you kind of sit upright. Almost you have to sometimes get away from the wind buffeting and put your helmet down. The only thing I don't like, and I hope they fix it for next, is this windscreen. Now, I don't mind the windscreen being this short. That's okay. The angle of the windscreen does not help anybody, I think. You still get a lot of air. Like for me, I get a lot of air on my helmet. And I think I would say maybe the neck, but a little bit above the neck and all my helmet. So I think the angle of this could have been better. It's angled and sloped, let's say, towards my helmet. If it would be a little bit straight when it came to the top, angled this way, upwards, it would probably be a little better in terms of wind management. But other than that, I've ridden this bike. I bought it in the winter to save money, and I rode it in the winter, and let me tell you, what is a godsend is these heated grips. They work fantastic, the heated grips, and it's got decent wind management. I mean, my knees stay nice and warm. Well, I wouldn't say nice and warm, but they stay protected from the cold wind as much as possible because of all these plastic bits on the bike, and it really works. When you start the bike up, right now you can probably see my windscreen and my mirror. It's shaking, and it is a little bit vibey at idle, but I mean, I don't know if you can see it now, but that vibration has disappeared. At the moment you start rolling, the vibration disappears, and it is quite smooth. I mean, you can feel it a little bit through the handlebars to the grips. But what I've done is, well, I haven't done this. The previous owner put these luxurious foam grips on, and that really helps dampen the vibration, and I barely feel it as much. So with the foam grips, they're a little better. And be honest with you, with the heated grips, the foam grips, the foam grips do not interfere with the heat mechanism for the handlebar grip, so they work just fine. The bike only has 90 horsepower, so it's nothing to snappy, or it's something that you will look at and say, wow, you know. But I'll tell you what, it has enough power to get you up to speed. And I mean, the book says 120 or 25 or 130. I think it's 125 miles an hour is the top speed. I'll be honest with you, I mean, I've cruised on this bike at 80, 85, 90, 95, and it has 6 gears, and it is quite comfortable and happy. It does not feel stressed out at in those speeds. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to be doing more than that anyway, unless, you know, I'm going to go to a track and test anything out. But for its intended purpose, for daily commuting, it is a light enough bike to enjoy daily commuting, and it has enough amenities, enough comfort with the panniers that you can actually take it for a longer trip. I do plan on doing a saddle sore 1,000 mile iron butt ride, and you know, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to put that on video as well for you guys, and hopefully I'll survive that. So I'll be doing it on this bike, and they'll tell me a lot more about what the comfort and all that is like on this bike. So that should be interesting, and that's gonna come up here soon, in a month or two, hopefully. But yeah, so 90 horsepower is nothing to, you know, rave about. But to be honest with you, unless I'm coming off a super powerful bike, like an MT10 or some sports bike, or I don't, you know, then you can feel the power, the less power on this bike. But to be honest with you, if you're not used to riding really powerful bikes, this bike has enough pick and power to get you in trouble. So don't be fooled by the 90 horsepower. This bike can get up to speed. There's no problems there. Very comfortable, very easy to lean in the corners, very confidence inspiring. Not at a single moment have I felt you know, scared about leaning the bike or anything like that. It's a very light bike. I love it. You know, you've got a bunch of info here. Get your fuel. I mean, like right now I'm averaging 47 miles per gallon, and that's me not being very friendly with the throttle. But if you're cruising and you're a little friendly with the throttle, you could get anywhere from 55 to 60 miles per gallon. And with a 4-gallon tank, you can just do the math. You can do excuse me, you can do 200 to 240 miles on a tank, which is damn good, I think. So you know, it's comfortable too, because it's a, you know, it's a belt drive. It's a little bit less maintenance than chain, and single side swing arm actually looks pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with the reserve design. I like it. Hopefully the new ones will have all the modern and updated technology, LED lights and electronics and all of that, but I'm pretty happy with this. You know, less electronics means less things that will go wrong, less things to break. So anyway, just a quick thought about what I feel about the BMW. So I'm actually here at the BMW dealership in Marietta. I want to go ahead and get the mileage contest form signed in so I can start my mileage contest. But I'm pretty excited. I mean, it's got a little bit of scuffs here and there, but the blue color looks really good. So like I said, this is a quick view, my quick view of the bike so far. And there's more videos to come, so stay tuned. I appreciate it. If you like the video, please click the like button and subscribe for more. And until next time, be safe. See ya.